Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, LaughterZone 101 instructor and creative director, also who will be bringing the Century House comics to the stage. Please welcome your host and MC of the show, Bannister.
Hello, everyone. How many of you have ever been to a live comedy club? How many of you have gone to a live comedy club, left because the language was too rough for you, or you hated every moment of it, or any of you? A few? Yeah, I do hear it all the time. They're like, oh my God, the language in those comedy clubs. I live in this business. I teach stand-up, to different age groups, so I hear a lot of language. Today, we're going to run a clean show. That's why we've got, if you wanted to bring kids, you were welcome to. We've got all ages, and we hope not to offend anyone. But here's the thing about stand-up comedy. Yeah, there's people who've been here before. Somehow we always offend someone. So here's what I have to say to you. That's your issue. And it really is. And I say that with all good heart meaning, because if you go sit through this whole comedy show and you don't find any of it funny and you never laughed once, then please come into comedy class, because you have a different sense of humor, or none. But it's a tough business, and the exciting thing about this group is they wrote all their own material. So yeah, you're not going to hear everybody else's jokes, it's all original. Almost everybody made it through the class. Our oldest member, Maria, who isn't here today, was 85. She unfortunately could not come today because she got stuff to do, I'll just tell you honestly. She's like, no, Sundays I do this, so I won't be there. So we send our love out to her. One of our other comics who missed a few of the classes and didn't feel confident enough to come to the stage but came out to cheer her buddies on, she's here, so welcome Carla. And there's one that just decided they didn't want to showcase, and that's allowed. You can take the classes, have fun, laugh with us all along the way, learn some new skills, and then you never have to walk on this stage. Today's group is not just seniors. I want you to know that the mandate of the program was 50 plus, and that is what goes on at Century House now. Anyone 50 plus can join Century House. So some of our comics are in that range. Now, for those of you who don't now know, this is how it went down and how the name became the Seniors Comedy Group, because, yeah, there was some boxing gloves involved. I thought maybe we could call it the Baby Boomer Group and it was all encompassing, but the seniors said, no, if you're over 65, you're a senior, we ride the ferries free, and that's the truth. I'm like, really? All right. And just so you know, we did the math on the group, and the average age of the group was 71. So what I'm trying to say is the seniors punched out the baby boomers and they got the name of the show. So it's just like that. It was just, yeah, but it's fun. What else did we do? Laughter, I'm a huge advocate for laughter in all forms. My background's in psych nursing, so I'm all about, laughing and keeping yourself well. And if you're laughing, to me, it's like, you stir up your inside, you stretch your face, it's all good. It's kind of like having a detox and a Botox all in one movement. That's good. Think of how much you're going to be. You're healthying up yourself. You're becoming healthier just as you're participating today. But I'm going to also tell you that if you look around the room, I'm just going to tell you there's predominantly women in the room, because that's just who lives the longest. On an average, women will live to about 76, men 73, you're in the buying box. Which means we're getting all the money. That's just what I wanted to tell you, ladies. See, someone just left. No, just kidding, it's a guy. But Stats Canada says that 13% of the population now is 65 plus. I think in New West it's 80%. And the women, in our classes, it reflects that actually. We actually had 12 women, or 11 women in the class and 1 man. I think yeah, it was a guy, right? Did we transition him in any way during the class? I don't know. We're very open in this group. Yeah. But, you know, as a woman, and I'm in the baby boomer crowd, I haven't quite hit the senior level yet, but we're different than a lot of people think we are. We're married, we're divorced, we're single, some of us date younger men. Oh, is that just me? No? Okay. Whatever. And some of our women, you know, they had their first date when they were 20, and now they're starting to date again, and they don't join that whatever fish pond, whatever it is, plenty of flat fish or whatever it's called. And they just go to the Costco pharmacy and wait in the line up there. There's all kinds of dudes, I'm telling you. And some of them are hot, and you know what they're suffering from, so you can just like, hey, he's got, he'll only be around for 10 years, let's go with him. That lady just said, I'm renewing my card. You know, and we're getting rid of our junk, right? We're not, you know, we're giving up our snow globe collections and our doilies and all that stuff. And here's the good news, the hipsters are all buying it at premium prices. I love eBay, I just like, everything goes on there, and I've got rid of more junk that way. What else we got here? Oh, and I don't know how many of you have young kids in their 30s. I have 2 kids that were, one in 33 and 32. And I tell you, when I go to my daughter's, total hipster, right? When I go to her place, it looks like a gnome threw up in there. I'm telling you. There's just like every color and every knitted Afghan she can find. And you know, she hated that stuff when it was in my house, but now now that she's paid $85 for it, it's good to go, right? And for us, like the women, we're not, you know, wearing our little granny skirts and, you know, different things now. We're in tights and comfortable shoes, bright colors, wearing our mom's necklaces, and because we don't really care anymore. We just, this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the women are paying $300 to get their hair colored so it looks natural gray. Some are getting piercings and tattoos and all kinds of things. And I know our bodies are changing, just like technology's changing, everything's changing so fast. And I know for me, I remember when I was in nurses training, we used to sit around, be chit-chatting, and we were all 19 years old, and I remember all of us, you know, discussing whether our boobs were growing or not, you know. And I don't remember if there's any ladies in the house here. Do you remember that, where you put the pencil under there and you try and feel you? I can see you nodding, yeah. And you try and hold it in there, and you're like, oh, I think they're growing. Now I can get my whole laptop under there. I'm just saying technology's changing. What are you guys thinking? Come on. Really? And you know, and I'll mention, I mean, I see everything I go to, there's, like I say, there seems to be an uneven amount of men and women, and I see women at yoga, and I see them at the pool doing the water size, and I know that why that is, because the men have been cooked out of water size, because they still cannot use the noodle appropriately. There's always one or two of them misbehaving, right? Oh, and there's the water size group laughing over there. They're like, I know what you mean. Some of us like to listen to Ludacris or JC in our car because we like the beats. I mean, if we heard the words, we'd be off the show, right? I'm just telling you. Nobody knows Ludacris in this room, I can tell. Help me out, Steve. Some of us drive convertibles, and we just have fun. Life is about having fun, and things are changing. We have, you know, a really wonderful circle of friends. Thank you all for coming and supporting these comics. They really, really are funny. You're going to have a good show. And like I say, if anybody doesn't enjoy yourself, just come to comedy class and we'll get some comedy out of you. I also think that it was a senior that invented call lookup, you know, when you can tell who's calling. Because I think that's the best way when your family calls. You're just like, oh, it's my kid. Beep. Like, I know the kids all think they invented it so they didn't have to talk to their parents, but I think it's the other way around. I mentioned about being in psych nursing. I actually worked in psychogeriatrics. For those of you who don't know, that's crazy old people. I didn't work in the nursing home, though. I worked with the cruise lines, because that's where they all are now. It's true. And I'm sure you're aware that we, as 9/11 happened, we had to do a lot of screening and things that people brought on the ships and everything. And we had a lady one time coming down the gangway, and she's carrying this big thing, and we weren't sure exactly what it was, but we thought it was an urn. And we're thinking, oh no, that's not. And you know, she finally got closer, and we got to the scanners and everything, and the gentleman said to her, so ma'am, what have you got with you? And she goes, oh, this is my husband. I'm bringing him on the cruise. And I'm like, okay, well, that's really nice. She goes, you know, he was a bit of a jerk, and she said he never wanted to go anywhere, but guess what? He's going now. And he's paying for it. So I can tell you're a good crowd. Are you excited to get the show started? So all I ask is that if you want to heckle, I'm your girl. I can take it. I've been doing this for 12 years, and I can take any heckler on anywhere. But be gentle on the comics. They're a little bit nervous. A couple of them, they're throwing up right now. But that's But to just make them feel better, we put 3 stickers under the seats in the room, so 3 of you will also be going up and doing comedy tonight. So you know how nervous that made you feel? That's how they all feel right now. So.